you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is your series, well, not the series, hopefully it's not a series finale, but the season finale for Dexter Resurrection, season 1, episode 10, and Justice for All. I'm gonna preface by saying that it's looking like we may get a season 2. Now, don't quote me on it. Don't go telling people. Don't go telling people I said it. But I feel like, just judging by how things ended, how we wrapped everything up, there were some loose ends there, and so maybe we'll get a season 2. I'm hoping so. This actually was really good, like good enough to go. We can just keep on writing. We can just keep on writing. I don't know how I don't forgot Dexter's real name. Dexter, the actor. I don't know how he feels about continuing to have to come back and reprise his role over and over and over again, but why not? Why not? If Olivia Benson can be Olivia Benson for the past 30 years, then Dexter can be Dexter for as long as we need him to be Dexter. And I feel like I want him to be Dexter maybe 2 or 3 more seasons. And then maybe we can just be done with it. But it kind of makes me feel like The Walking Dead. I don't want that one to end either. I don't want that one to end either. And I know we have all those different spin-offs when it comes to The Walking Dead. We have spun off a few times. We got quite a different spin-offs. I mean, quite a few different spin-offs of The Walking Dead. I feel like they gave everybody a show. You all get a show. Everybody gets a side show. Anyway, we're here for Dexter Resurrection. So while Uma Charlie is worried about Prater, you know, he just shot a police officer, or a retired police officer. And Prater is kind of still on a high from it all. He enjoyed the experience. 10 out of 10 for him. It was a thrill. He said, what a thrill. Prater also thinks that leaving Dexter in the vault is the best choice. He's gonna die. You know, give it 3 days, 3 weeks. The magic number is 3. The magic number is 3. 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, you know, all of that. It should all do the trick. Dexter's in there trying to find a way out. He covers Batista up with a sheet, of course, because, you know, we going to pay our respects. He pays his respects. And then here come Brian Moser in his head. Here come the ice truck killer, his brother. Now he's in his head trying to convince him that he made a wrong, you know, if he had just stuck with him, maybe he wouldn't be in this predicament. Y'all might be in jail fooling up with you. Uma Charlie, she was ordered to guard the vault, so that's what she's doing. Dexter hears a phone ring in there. Quinn was calling Batista to check in on him after that visit with the police. While he's on the phone, while he has it unlocked, he calls Harrison. Harrison, of course, doesn't answer. He has to blow him up. Harrison in there with Gigi doing grown-up things. And finally she answers, and you know, he tells him, you know, what's going on. Harrison got all these questions like, wait a minute, why are you calling me from Batista's phone? Where is Batista? Before we move to anything else, where's Batista? I need you to just shut up and listen. I need you to just shut up and listen. Harrison's ready to jump in and help. He gonna do what he can. He calls his friend to see, you know, hey, that job offer still, well, you know, can I still work the gala with you? Of course you can. Dexter finds Prater's files. He looks through them, hoping to find some type of code so he can get out of there. He finds a file on Uma Charlie, so he was also following her as well. He's been having everybody follow. He finds a case number for the case that kind of set all of this in motion with him and the serial killers. And so he just assumes this is it. He just assumes that this is it. It's an 8-digit number. Harrison he got him to, work the party or whatever. So he's in. We got him on FaceTime. We got Dexter on FaceTime. So he gonna walk around. He gonna see what's going on. Detective Neurodivergent decided that she was gonna go to the gala. So she and partner them. They arrive at the gala. Dexter has Harrison walking around with his phone in his cigarette pocket. He walking around looking suspicious. He ends up in the kitchen, and when he tries to sneak like through the back, he's stopped by security. Harrison quickly, throws his friend under the bus, like, "Oh, I came to get you because I think he over there smoking weed. He's getting really high." I don't think that he's a best fit, for the job tonight. He had to throw his friend under the bus. We'll apologize later. Sorry, friend. Down at the gala, Prater is, out there occupied with his guests. Harrison, he makes it up there to where Dexter is, and he tries to pick the lock, but then Uma Charlie just comes opening the door like, "Oh, Harrison Morgan, good to see you again." Caught. Damn. Anyway, now he too is captured. He gives Uma the phone, because she was talking to Dexter. He was talking to Dexter. And Dexter starts texting her all the evidence that he done found in there on her. So he's like, "Oh, your boss was snooping. He was snooping around on you. He was looking into you, had you followed. So I got proof of this little sickness that what's the girl, the Lady Vengeance, that she just happened to come down with this little sickness." Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. We got proof that it was Uma Charlie. And if you don't want me to send all these pictures to everybody up in here, because I know somebody got the airdrop on, I'm going to just start airdropping folks. That's what's finna happen. She ain't worried. She's not new to this, okay? She true to this. Because, of course, just as much as he threatening her, she going to threaten him. Because I got Harrison at gunpoint. So unless you want him to die, then I'm going to get up and go up out of here. I'm going to let Harrison leave, and you ain't releasing nothing. You ain't releasing nothing. And he's not, and she wasn't finna let him out of the vault either. She got to go up there and take care of her former employer. And she tells Harrison, you ought to leave too. You ought to get missing too. That's your best bet. Dexter ends up giving Harrison that code. And just as he tries to get him to open it, he rethinks it. Okay, maybe it's not this. And then he goes and finds an inmate number on a letter and thinks, okay, maybe this has to be the number. So he gives it to him, and Harrison puts it in, but then the call drops because Dexter's phone dies, or Batista's phone dies. So now the communication is cut. But Harrison just has to trust his gut. He presses it and the door opens. Thank you, Lord, because you only get one try. You only got one try with the vault. Otherwise, it was going to alarm everybody at the party. Dexter grabs all the files. His original slides that was in there, that was taken, by the FBI. I don't even know how he got them, but anyway. He got his slides, got all his stuff, and he was headed out. Just as he's about to leave, he notices, wait a minute, the thumbprint ain't on his thumb no more. So how he gonna get out? He got to go back in there. Harrison, you go back the way you came. You good. He doesn't want to leave him, but of course, listen, you got to go. Dexter ends up back in there, of course, looking for the thumbprint. I'm just go on and wrap that on up, because he ends up finding it on Batista's body, and he gets out. Back at the gala, Prater spots Uma in the crowd, because, girl, what you doing from in front of the vault? What's going on here? She tells him she quits. She's done working for him. He tries to threaten her, but she's not worried about that. She ain't worried. She knows about the files and all of that. She tells him she's going to disappear, and he's going to continue paying for her mother's medical bills, or we can just scorch the earth. What you want to do? Oh, okay. Bye, Leon. Harrison sees Detective Neurodivergent. Of course, now he jittery and looking guilty. He knocking stuff over. knocking stuff over. It's doing all of that, trying to get up out of there. She doesn't notice him. It just looks like some girl from the staff fell down on the floor because she's getting up from the ground. Back in the vault, like I said, Dexter finally found the thumbprint. Leon, he up talking to the people, giving a speech, and he sees Harrison in the crowd. He's visibly shook. He's visibly shook because now he knows, okay, I've lost control of this situation. He tries to keep his composure. Then he just gonna toss the mic in the commissioner's hand, get him up there so he can step down and go in there and see what's going on. He dashes to the camera room to see where it is that Harrison is going. He's following him on the cameras, and he takes the guard's gun and has them shut down all the cameras. He finna go on out here and see what's going on. Of course, he finna go out there and try to kill Harrison. He catches up to him and then forces him back inside. Dexter, he's out. He's out and then gets a call from Harrison. It ain't Harrison, it's Prater. Get on back in here. Get on back in here. Now Dexter got to go back inside and save Harrison. He goes back in there, goes to the vault. He got Harrison at gunpoint and all of that. Dexter throws himself on the shield. Just take me instead. Leave my son out of this. He said that would only work, but I can't leave any witnesses, so you really both got to go. You really both got to go. Dexter, he starts talking and then just throws out this code phrase that Harrison picks up on, and he pulls out the syringe that he has and stabs Prater in the chest with it. And so, of course, that knocks him out. And Dexter, he wakes up on Dexter's table and down there in the vault. Dexter gives Harrison the thumbprint, though, so he can get on out of there and be free. Get on out of there. You won't be detected. Dexter says he's going to take care of the rest. Prater wakes up on the table, screaming for help, calling on God and everything. I said, not calling on the Lord. He even tries to buy his way out. Like, I give you whatever. Just name the number. I'll give it to you. Dexter's like, I don't want your money. He started talking about his son. Dexter will flip it in a minute. Don't ever utter my son's name. I love when he does that. Open your eyes and look at what you did. That's top tier acting, Dexter. Top tier, okay? Don't ever utter my son's name again, bitch. And then he be putting his hand on your forehead like that. Woo, that's what I'm saying. This show it just cannot be over. I'm not ready. Anyway, Dexter shares his code with him. Just shares everything, Listen, I was kind of here for getting to know the other serial killers, but they don't fit the code. They out here hurting people, hurting innocent people. That's where he gonna have to part ways with the people. He got a code, They need to get one too, instead of just running amok all in the streets hurting innocent people. Then maybe we could have something in common. Detective Neurodivergent, of course, she's still wait, hold on, I don't want to skip nothing. I almost skipped something. Back at the gala, they were counting up the donations. Donations then got up to $22.8 million. That's what they earned. Of course, they looking around for Prater, trying to see where he is. And Dexter's in there about to kill him. He goes to cut his cheek, but he's like, you know what? I do this. I keep trophies, to remember. I ain't trying to remember you. I don't need to remember nothing about you at all. And he just gets on with it, just gets on with it. Then cuts his thumb off because we need that. And he got to get on out of here. He going to get out without a trace. Detective Neurodivergent, she headed out when she hear dun 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 dun. Well, you can tell by the way I'm a woman's man. She had to hit the dance floor. She had to hit the dance floor. So she runs back in, and because that's her jam. Dexter whole time is in there disposing of Prater. He has to leave Batista though in there, Before Dexter leaves, he sets off the alarm so that, all of the people will come flooding down there, and they'll find Batista's body with the gun, with Prater's thumbprints and all of the stuff, all the rest of the trophies and all of that, including the New York Rippers, what you call it? His crowbar or whatever he was using. So that just wrapped all of that up. That wrapped all of that up for them. And they're gonna be looking for Prater, but Prater is deceased. He's gonna be at the bottom of the bay or whatever it is in New York. Gonna be at the bottom of the water. Uma Charlie, we see her. She and her mama, they get out of town too. So she gets her mama out of town safely. Good on you. Dexter is out on his boat thinking about, life, the pros and cons to staying in New York. He's like, I could leave, but why leave? I done got to know Blessing and his family. I like them. My son is there. I think I can lead a life. He thinks he can lead a life in New York. And I think you can too. I think you can too. He done took the files of all the group members, all the folks that he took out. He had to take those files so they wouldn't be looking into that. But yeah, that's really where it ends with Dexter on his boat or on a boat. I don't know how he got this boat. I done forgot that, but because he sure didn't have no boat after leaving Miami. But anyway, have no boat. That's terrible English. He sure didn't have a boat upon leaving Miami. He sure didn't have a boat, but he got one now. He was on one tonight or on that night. That's it. That's it for that. Listen, we got a few things coming down the pike. I have to get into Beauty in Black because she's back. See what I did there? I got to get into her. So that I can review it. I definitely reviewed the first season. And so we're going to absolutely come back for season 2. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a beat by beat. Maybe I'll do like 2 episodes. I'm not going to. Let me not set myself up. For something I have no intentions on upholding or staying consistent on. So we definitely going to stay consistent on the reviews, but you know what I mean? Like I may not be doubling up. I'm probably just going to do episode by episode. So we can kind of drag it out a little bit. Anyway, thank you guys for watching the Dexter reviews. I really appreciate those of you that tuned in, that came in here and watched it. And if you shared it, thank you for sharing. I don't know if you shared it because I can see that, right? Yeah, I can see if it's been shared. I think. I don't know. All I know is I appreciate those of you for tuning in, because Dexter is like a new series for me in my review playlist. Because it was, for a while there, it was very reality TV heavy, because that's what was really all on TV for me to review. But my favorite is scripted television. So when I find a good series to review, I love it. I love it so much. It's the best. Talking about them reality TV shows, it starts to get very mundane for me and stale. I feel like I'm dumbing myself down, just even sitting up regurgitating the bullshit that they deal with on these shows, because it's so trivial and just so. Anyway, give me a little. That's just a pinch of depth. Please, just a pinch. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna go. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.